This next topic is a two-part discussion of the Star Trek species, including incorporeal life. We'll talk about the extraterrestrials in Part 1, then have a discussion about incorporeal life in Part 2. So let's begin. Ranking Star Trek mortal extraterrestrials according to strength and power generation. There are countless species, but let's concentrate on the few that are comparable to humans. We'll use the human strength comparison ranking used in prior videos. The human strength comparison of a human is 1. Other species are judged in relation to the physical strength of humans. We'll begin with Klingons. Klingons are on average 1.85 meters, about the height of a human, and about the same weight. The gravity of their homeworld Kronos is 1.23 of Earth. Slightly more. Essentially, they're modern Neanderthals. I'll give their human strength comparison 1.25. Vulcans. The gravity of their homeworld is 1.4 of Earth. The neurons needed for gross muscle strength uses the neurons normally used for fine motor skills. It is possible that Vulcans can consciously redirect their neurons for feats of strength when needed, akin to human adrenaline rushes. Otherwise, Vulcan physical strength would match the gravity of their homeworld. Pound for pound, Vulcans are no stronger than chimpanzees, and I'll give their human strength comparison 1.5. Hirogen. They seem to have the strength of large Klingons, pound for pound, like Neanderthals, but by virtue of their size, double human strength. I'll give the Hirogens a human strength comparison of 2. The Gorn. The Gorn are crocodilian, probably with 4-chambered hearts. Gorn are cold-blooded, so maybe the 4-chambered heart increases oxygen to the muscles. At best, pound for pound, they're the strength of crocodiles. Because of their shape and short limbs, on Earth, crocodiles are not efficient fighters without their jaw strength. Mammal muscle has a slight advantage over reptile muscle, probably due to greater oxygen supply to the muscles. Still, the Gorn average about 300 pounds, 136 kilograms, and most of it is muscle, and I'll give them a strength comparison of 2.5 humans. Commander Data. There are a lot of inconsistencies pertaining to Data's strength. Data bent the bar of par steel, which is 10 times harder than normal steel. From the images, the par steel bar that he bent was 1.5 inches in diameter, or about 40 millimeters. Normal steel needs about 50 tons of force to bend it. Par steel would need 500 tons. 500 tons is the weight of 3 blue whales, or 2 Statues of Liberty, or 2 train engines. Just for reference, a 500-ton capacity crane weighs about 100 tons itself. Data weighs only 100 kilograms. I think that Data's feat was a deception. Another question about his strength involves species 8472. Opinions are mixed about who is stronger, Data or an individual from species 8472. This question alone puts Data's strength in the biological range. And species 8472 is another question. They seem to have the strength to rip open a 5-centimeter starship hull barehanded. My thinking is that these organisms have incorporated synthetic tools into their biological bodies to aid their needs, as if machinist tools are permanently installed into their bodies. But getting back to Data, at best, he's the Hercules of the future with a human strength capacity of 12. All other intelligent species in the Milky Way of human physical proportions, even species 8472 of fluidic space, would reach a maximum strength of about 10 humans. Size and homeworld gravity dictate this. On to the immortals. The Dowd are immortal, incorporeal beings, yet they couldn't resurrect life forms or create life, namely the Dowd's dead wife, Rashan. Even Nomad, the space probe from the original series, could revive humans. Bringing organisms back to life would require cellular repair and energy, and Rashan's body was not disintegrated. Why couldn't the Dowd do this? On the other hand, this Dowd vaporized 15 billion Husnak in the blink of an eye. But instead of trying to connect the inconsistencies, we should instead look to the writers of this story. It was a story about loss, grief, rage, revenge, hiding the revenge murder because of shame, and finally coping. Why does such an advanced life form have such primitive emotions? We see greater self-control from our own kind. Kevin the Dowd was a hand grenade with the pin pulled. This is essentially an outer space Shakespearean play. The Organians. The Organians are immortal, incorporeal beings. They can resurrect life and create life. It seems that they achieve their abilities through biological evolution. It's written that the Organians evolved to the incorporeal level about 22 million years ago. Even though they mention that no Organian has died in countless thousands of years, we should assume that no Organian has died in 22 million years. The Organians didn't destroy anyone, but they took control of the military arms of the Klingon Empire and the Federation. The Empire had a population of 431 billion, while the Federation's was at 985 billion. This meant that the Organians had to simultaneously take control of hundreds, if not thousands, of planets, and then hold that control for an indefinite period. I doubt that the Dowd had that kind of power. And now the Q. The Q seem to have acquired their abilities through technology, as their powers can be taken away. They have complete control over the 10 spatial dimensions, the dimension of time, and the 4 forces of nature. Could any god do any more? The Q have neotenous, human-level emotions, and even wage wars. The Organians, on the other hand, seem to be above it all. It seems that the Q obtain their powers through technology while still corporeal and not much more advanced than humans. Each Q receives his powers from some sort of central generator that can be cut off to the individuals. Most observers see the apex of technology in the Borg and the apex of biology in species 8472. However, it is more the case that the apex of a technological species are the Q, and the apex of a biological species are the Organians. The question is, which is more powerful? Next, in part 2, we'll discuss the incorporeal nature. Until next time.